States Corporation.
Ain't that a bitch?
The United States Corporation is a merger of something called the Northwest Trading Company and the Virginia Company. At the time, the Almirac was a royal company out of Spain that they called Morocco, but it didn't have any land. It wasn't tied to land. It was tied to a charter of a what they call letters patent decree by the Crown of England. Well, in this case, it was the Crown of France.
So the so-called the treaty that is often quoted, cited, the peace and friendship.
That was a corporate agreement from the Crown to the CEO of the Almirac.
Okay.
It wasn't no Morocco. It was no country called Morocco.
I realize that. So we're told that there was something over here that deeded or gave them, ceded them some kind of a use to do commerce on the land. But we do know that Morocco, as we know it today, didn't become a whatever country, state, or whatever, until what, in the 1900s, right?
You ever hear Malcolm X say, "We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us"?
Absolutely have.
Do you remember hearing about a ship that came from Europe called the Plymouth?
That I did not.
Okay, look it up. It's a ship. Well, the ship ran into a sandbar in the bay near D.C. D.C. 10 square miles is what you call ground zero of the crash site.
No.
So this is what you call a collateral attack in law. So while they using the Babylonian blood magic to write the Constitution in the blood of Crispus Attucks, they take us to international court. When they take us to international court, they said that our landmass crashed into their ship, and it would take 200 years to dispensate the dispute. And during that time, they needed a charter to perform business over here.
So allegedly, they couldn't get back because their ship was.
We crashed our landmass into their ship.
Their ship didn't crash into our landmass. Our landmass crashed into their ship. It moved
That's
out.
their claim.
I'll be damned.
So when they make that claim and take us to international court, it automatically puts us under what they call admiralty jurisdiction in law. Right? Admiralty jurisdiction is the Uniform Commercial Code law of nations. Nations are corporations. Tribal lands are not a nation, they are a country.
Right.
We don't have cities, we have towns. We don't have counties, we have parishes. We don't have states, we have territories. But they did what they call, the CIA still do it to this day, it's called creating a cutout. The cutout is the lines of demarcation that break the land up into what they call manageable regions. And each manageable region is assigned a corporate charter. We call it the charter of the state. Right? Now, they overlaid their corporate jurisdiction on top of us without never telling us what they was doing. That's why I know what Drew Ali said, you have to learn how to run a government. Because if you don't know how to run a government, you'll never know what they done. Right? So now when I'm looking from genetic memory, I'm seeing how the shit's supposed to be, and I'm seeing how it is. So now I got to figure a way out to tell all of my people, this ain't us. This has nothing to do with us.
So even what's going on now, everybody's talking, just Sarah and the Sarah. They're talking things are happening. The government, the republic is being restored. These folks have been taken away and put in under arrest for crimes against humanity. Yet we still continue to see faces and we still continue to get mandates and all kinds of different things that are coming down. So are you saying that it's a show? It's happening.
It's absolutely 100% a shit show. It's not even a good show. But I've been eating my popcorn watching it play out, because what they doing is the more of us that become aware, the more they losing their narrative in a CIA, KGB, MI5 controlled media conglomerates across the world.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's their last stronghold is media.
But isn't it true now that I look back at it, brother Rod, what I got was that entertainment as we've come to know it, and so-called enjoy it, was never for our good, and it was always for our control. Because I could think back to when you see the accounts of the radio with War of the Worlds, and they were testing to see how people would take, the news of some kind of space invasion, and folks were killing themselves and all that. But when you look back at the old movie reels and stuff, you'll see that media and military were hand in hand way back there. Most of the films that were being produced had an agenda behind them. I mean, I'm sure it has expanded over the years to some, sideline folks who think it's a real deal, but it's at its core, at its root, it seems as though it's always been a form of mind indoctrination and indoctrination. Yes,
that's 100%. Okay. So media means what? In the middle, don't it?
Yeah.
Who is it in the middle of? The have and the have-nots. Who owns it? The haves. And who are they trying to push their agenda on? The have-nots.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So while they trying to push their agenda on us, they using their agenda to keep us deluded into believing the narrative that they painted that we came on slave ships.
Mm-hmm. Then you got this whole, what is it? What is the agenda? The Pan-African agenda. I remember talking to someone from Africa a few years ago who actually said that, that you all came from here wasn't true. But I said, you know what? But it's good for the economy, right? And he said, absolutely. So you got so many people that have been going, to Ghana and going to, Nigeria and different places like that. And they said, oh, they welcomed us. They're washing clothes and hanging them up and said, we've been washing your clothes for you, waiting for you to come back. I said, my goodness, it's a marketing campaign to get us to, fall for or believe that that's where we came from.
That's why they had the Liberian movement, the Back to Africa movement.
Right. So we didn't come from there to here, but they took some of us or sent some of us from here to there.
Right. And where did they bring them from over here from? What part of the land did those people in Liberia come from over here?
I don't know.
The Lone Star State.
Texas.
That's why they only have one star on Liberia.
Ah.
So the ones that fell for the lie, like a lot of us over here believe they sold out. They didn't sell out. They actually believe that narrative that the Dirty Moors gave them, that they came on slave ships and that they was actually going back home. But they didn't find out until they was well settled over there that they wasn't from over there.
And I remember him, he did the concert. And from what you said, black people with the picture of the black man with the white. So I'm wondering if he really knows more and he's letting on, but he's just not saying stuff, or it just so happens that what he's doing,
okay,
I know he likes to.
Let me take you back to the culture. He's doing a dragon dance with P. Diddy.
Okay.
The dragon dance, dragon dance is two masters come together, right? And they bumping off each other to get the people's attention.
Okay.
Once they do their job, one of them leave on the left bump, one leave on the right bump. Or if they got some more work to do, they'll both leave on the left bump, and then they'll come back in. The left bump is hostile.
Okay.
The right bump is amicable.
Okay.
Right? So,
right.
So P. Diddy is trying to bring down the CIA, JDL sponsored Central Intelligence Agency.
Okay.
Kanye trying to bring down the FBI and the COINTELPRO program.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So they're working to bring down two parts of the same beast.
Right.
So their communication in the public is telling us, if you grab a head on that side, I got the head on this side. Don't worry, the gorilla gonna come straight up the middle.
Right. Right.
Right. So it's a three-headed dragon, what they call the three-tier government. Right.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So they got judicial, executive, and legislative.
Right.
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 So the CIA is secret intelligence.
Right.
And they fucked around and made these motherfuckers believe in that Constitution shit. And then when they was going contrary to the Constitution, the motherfuckers that believed in it, that was in the Secret Service, was like, hold up, this ain't what I signed up for.
Right.
So they began to leak the information through people like William Cooper, people like Charles Manson.
Right.
All of them motherfuckers was telling us what these bitches was doing in the
Right.
background.
Right.
Right?
Right.
And them the ones who believe that Constitution shit so bad.
Okay.
You Christina's sister?
Yeah.
Get the...
Yeah. Auntie say so. I thought you knew that, yeah.
I did not. I did.
Yeah.
That's my girl right there.
Yeah, I know.
Hey,
Yeah,
shit, she can see the future for real. We'll
Yeah.
be talking
Hey,
that shit. She be showing that shit.
She came into them power. Yeah. She sees all kinds of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's some stuff we need to send you on. She been saying it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, how to skip over me?
She say, "Right, that's my oldest sister."
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what we looking at with Kanye and Diddy is a mission to expose the enemy clearly. Okay. Now, Kanye is also working on the right side with that one sister that's the politician. Mm-hmm. To bring out that Black Lives Matter fraud shit.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
And that's what made him put on the White Lives Matter shirt.
That's what
challenge the paradigm to make the people see what you're talking about.
Right.
Right? Yeah. So as long as they doing that, they doing their work. I ain't got nothing to say. I'm just gonna watch the show play. Candace Owens, that's what I was talking about. Thank you, Black Madonna.
Okay, right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so they've been telling Candace Owens been telling us from the beginning Black Lives Matter was a fraud, and it was a tool used to distract us from the underlying issues that affect our community. Which it was.
Yeah, it was.
Because anyway, so now it ain't about Black Lives Matter, White Lives Matter. What it's really about is raise the matriarchy off the land. So anybody that don't ride with us, they're gonna roll under us. Yeah. It's just that simple.
Yeah, exactly. I know. All right, well, I'm ready for the ride.
We watching it unfold in real time.
Oh, I know. I really are. It's crazy, but yeah. The things I've been seeing, like there's an eye in the sky that follows me. And like I said, I'm in Maryland now, but 3 weeks ago I was in Georgia. There's an eye, she's clouds forming this eye. And every time I look up with my camera, or just look, and the one time I saw it, it blinked. And I just showed her because I went to pick up my granddaughter from school, and I'm showing them all, I was FaceTiming. I'm like, look, there's that eye. I'm telling you, this eye follows me. I walk all the way back to her house, it was completely around the corner. Now the thing's above my head. It was nowhere near. I said, that eye, well, whatever, that's a guardian angel something, because I'm not hurt or sick or nothing, so whatever is following me, watching over me, but there's an eye in the sky. It's crazy. I'm like, you see the eye? They're all like, yeah, I see it. They follow me all over. Even down there where my sister is. So, like, you see the eye? I'm like, yeah.
That's what the whites, to see somebody say, I pin this. Candace Owens did a film exposing Black Lives Matter. That's the reason for the White Lives Matter shirt. Creating compelling spectacles right in the 48 laws of power. Right? Once you create a compelling spectacle, then you can, show the people what you're trying to show them.
Right. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, that's all I had.
All right. It was good talking to y'all.
Yeah, you too.
All right. I'm going to take you one more caller before I go.
Next stops. I've been traveling all over, so I might as well go Midwest next.
Hey, I'm here.
All right.
Now okay. We got to do what you're doing right there. All right.
The chief stay chief.
Yeah.
All right. I'll talk to y'all later.
All right. Thanks. Take care.
I see you running hawk over in South Africa. Hey, beloved, how you doing? Where you calling from?
Chicago, Illinois.
Chi-town in the house. I see you got my eye up there.
Okay. How you doing, Rod?
I'm good. How you doing?
Oh, yeah, I'm okay. It's just, man, this life we live in, man, this shit is crazy. And the more you look into it, the more it angers you. You know what I mean? Just to see this shit that's been poured over our eyes for so long, and the people who are woke and waking up, and the ones that you can see still asleep, just walking around, it's just crazy. It's crazy. I started listening to you maybe like a year ago. A lot of stuff I started like researching on my own anyway, like years before, and just to see. I know when somebody first put me onto the knowledge or whatever. When you sleep for so long, when they come to you with it, it just seems like you literally look at it like this motherfucker crazy. But then is there something in you that sparks? Even though it sounds crazy and absurd at first, there's something in you sparking, and you go start researching yourself, and shit just start unveiling. Then one thing leads you to another thing, then one thing leads you to another thing, and just to see, it's wild, man. It's wild.
Yep.
I think it was like last week. I don't know if it was when you had re-recorded the video you had recorded. I heard you talking to this young lady, and she put her son on the phone, and he said his name was Aiden. He's like, I got a nephew named Aiden. And I got a nephew named Aiden. And you say his mama named Nikki. And my sister named Nikki. Her real name is Tanya, but we all call her Nikki. And I just say, damn, what Big Mama trying to show? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. It's too many. It's too many. When it get past two things, it's not a coincidence. Then it's a convergence. Now look, on the last call I got cut off, the guy had on the blue Chicago Bulls with the blue bull, because you know the Chicago is normally red.
And I show you.
Yeah, he was from Chicago, but he was somewhere else. Full circle back to you with the blue eye from Chicago, right? So that's the symbol to ward off the evil eye. The evil eye is called Mingi. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hey, my man said, I remember Lil Aiden was rapping. Yep, me and him we was dropping bars together.
Right. I said, well, what's that? I got a nephew named Aiden and my sister named Nikki too. It's crazy though. Just to see, I just appreciate you so much though. You know what I'm saying? So no matter what, you steady getting the word out there. Somebody picking up, you know what I'm saying? And I got 4 kids. I got a set of twin girls, 14-year-old. I got a 6-year-old little boy and a 2-year-old little boy. Man, I be trying to hit them with so much shit. And I know they be like, damn, Mama, you so spiritual, you are, but if I don't tell you, who else gonna tell you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who else gonna tell you? And I know they picking up on it, and they starting to see it, and I be, sending them stuff and letting them watch stuff with me just so they can see, like, what's really said. And I just tell them, y'all go to school, challenge y'all teachers. Watch they ass get mad at y'all, watch send y'all out the classroom, because they know the truth, but either they just don't want to speak the truth.
Some of them are scared. I ran across teachers, and that grievance gave me the grievance that they can't teach a proper curriculum because the curriculum they giving, they know that the information is inaccurate. And every time they try to correct it, they get disciplined from the board for not following the curriculum.
Then it's like you gotta look at it like me. I got a content. If it don't feel right inside of me, I ain't going. I'm with right is right and wrong is wrong.
That's my position.
That shit crazy. It's like where your heart at? You know what I mean? I think a lot of them ain't got it. That's why they can do a lot of things that they got. But like, damn, their conscience inside should stop you. Even I ain't personal, but I always ask myself like, no. It's common for that. You know what I mean? It's common for that. And I try to instill that into my kids too. Watch what you do. Everything you do come back to you, good and bad. You know what I mean? And I just try to instill that in them so much. You know what I mean? Tell them to pay attention to your energy. Watch how you feel around people. You feel uncomfortable. It's the reason.
My mama told me that a long time ago. She said, if you're sitting around a group of people and you don't feel right, you're supposed to leave.
That's you talking to you.
Yep. Well, mamas teach that better than anybody else. because the child is listening early to the mama before they listen to anybody else. And that's why it's important to raise the